Hey, have you ever been scrolling through your bank app late at night, staring at that car payment deduction and just felt this quiet dread? Like, man, this is eating up my paycheck, and for what? A ride that's already depreciating in my driveway? That's the car payment trap nobody talks about. It's not just a bill, it's this sneaky cycle that keeps you stuck month after month. And look, if you're watching this, maybe you're in it right now or teetering on the edge. Let's unpack it together. My name's Praku, and I spend way too much time thinking about how money really works in our lives. Not the glossy ads or the quick fix tips, but the gritty stuff that hits your wallet in 2026, with inflation still biting and interest rates not budging much. I've been there, staring down my own dumb decisions, and I want to chat about this like I'm explaining it to a buddy over coffee. No judgments, just the real talk. Here's the thing. We've all been sold this idea that a car payment is just normal adulting. You graduate, get a job, and boom, sign up for that shiny SUV on a 5-year loan because, hey, everyone does it. But wait, is that really true, or is it one of those money myths that sounds reasonable until you poke at it? I mean, think about it. Why do we treat cars like a subscription service when they're actually a depreciating asset? That belief right there, that payments are inevitable, it's keeping millions quietly stressed. And the numbers back this up in a way that's kind of eye-opening. According to recent data from Edmunds, as of late 2025, the average monthly payment for a new car hit an all-time high of $772. That's up from around $750 just a quarter earlier, and it's not slowing down with EV prices and supply chain hangovers from the pandemic era. But get this, over 20% of new car buyers are now committing to payments over $1,000 a month. That's 1 in 5 people locking themselves into what's basically a second rent. And from a broader view, the World Bank's debt stats show household borrowing in developed economies has ballooned, with auto loans making up a huge chunk of non-mortgage debt, especially in places like the US, where it's over $1.5 trillion total. And behavioral economists point out that we're wired to underestimate these long-term hits. Studies from places like the Dallas Fed show non-prime borrowers chase prestige cars more, piling on debt that bites harder later. Now, let's make this concrete with some math because numbers don't lie. Say you're eyeing a $40,000 mid-range sedan, pretty standard in 2026 with all the tech bells and whistles. You put down $5,000 and finance the rest at 7% interest over 72 months, which is the new normal since 84-month loans are surging. Your monthly payment? Around $525. Sounds doable, right? But over 6 years, you pay back about $42,800 total. That's $7,800 in interest alone. And by year 3, the car's worth maybe $20,000, but you still owe $25,000. Flip that. If you save $525 a month at 5% in a high-yield account, you'd have enough for that car in cash in about 5 years, plus extra from compound interest. No debt, no interest drain, and you own it outright. See how the payment flips from freedom to a trap? But why do we fall for it? Psychologically, it's sneaky. First, there's this thing called present bias. We crave that new car smell now, and our brains downplay the future pain of those payments. It's like, I'll deal with it later, but later never feels good. Second, cars are huge status signals. Behavioral studies show we overspend on them to fit in or impress, even if it means stretching our budgets thin. And third, mental accounting tricks us. We focus on the affordable monthly bite, not the total cost, which hides how much wealth we're leaking. Now, you might be thinking, Praku, come on, I need a reliable car for my commute. Public transit's a mess in my city, and Uber's up. Totally fair. And yeah, in 2026, with remote work fading and traffic worse than ever, a car is often essential. But the trap isn't owning a car, it's financing one you can't afford outright. Or maybe you're like, everyone I know has payments, it's just how it is. Sure, but that herd mentality is what keeps the cycle going. What if we flipped it to how it could be? Think of a car payment like renting an apartment you can never own. You pay faithfully, but at the end, it's not yours. It's depreciated and you're back at square one, eyeing the next upgrade. Meanwhile, the landlord, aka the bank, pockets the interest. That analogy hits home because it shows how payments own you, not the other way around. So what can you do? Let's tie this to real steps, nothing revolutionary, just practical. First, challenge that normal belief. Run the numbers on any car you're considering. Use a loan calculator app and put the price, interest, term, and add in insurance, gas, maintenance. If the total exceeds 10 to 15% of your take-home pay, pause. Action, save for 3 months worth of that payment in a separate account first. Prove you can live without it. Second, on the stats and overborrowing, buy used, pay cash. In 2026, with EV batteries improving, you can snag a 3-year-old model for 30 to 40% less than new, no loan needed. Step, set a rule, drive your current car until repairs cost more than its value. Then hunt deals on sites like AutoTrader, aiming for under $15,000 if possible. Third, tackle the psych stuff. Curb impulse by waiting 30 days before any big buy. To fight status urges, list what the car really does for you. Transport, not ego boost. And for mental accounting, track total ownership cost yearly, not monthly. Simple app like Mint can help. Look, this isn't about deprivation, it's about reclaiming control. Imagine ditching that payment. Suddenly, you've got breathing room for travel, investing, or just not stressing over bills. That's peace, real freedom from the trap. You've got this. Start small and watch how it compounds. Thanks for hanging out. Drop a comment if this hit home. See you next time.